My personal one about the Sewing, I don't know, where you can, yeah, right, we were having a conversation. I remember this project. I think, oh, that's a very good example about how to connect university and the community. Okay, sorry.
Hello, my name is Dörte Grün, and I'm a filmmaker and an author from Germany, and I grew up in East Germany too, and I'm kind of the filmmaker of the project, so but each time we meet, I'll do a little short film about the country or the issue we were talking about. So it's good to be here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rafaela Tripola from Croatia, and except for being in the Generational Transition Network, I represent the foundation Knowledge at Work, which is the story I'm going to tell you about. It's a foundation that has recognized a need in the Croatian education to put together, to implement business and economy into public schools and primarily high schools. The idea of this was a bit different than the normal NGOs, let's say that, because we actually decided to use the already existing structures of education and also big businesses, and have the businesses not only cooperate with us but also sponsor us, and then have them use our projects also as a part of their social responsibility, which then made us their partners, and also we made them need us. So I'm going to tell you about this story. That's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So we, the two of us, Eva and I, first thank you so much for taking us over here, and thank you so much for organizing this awesome event. I really look forward to talking more to more in the audience. So help me applaud once again this beautiful lady over here for organizing this. So Eva and I, we come from an organization that's called Sofia Platform, and as it says, we both come from Sofia, Bulgaria. First of all, does everyone understand English, or do you need to grab the headphones? You do, okay. So we're going to tell you a story about a project that we did a few years ago. We are very passionate about transition and about change. So 2014, it was the 25th anniversary since the end of communism in Bulgaria, since the fall of the Berlin Wall. And for those who are going to join our workshop, I want you to imagine that you're Bulgarians. So when you're a Bulgarian, you either love Russians or you hate them. I think this is something not very difficult for you to imagine. So because of this reason, it is very difficult for us to talk about how we deal with the communist heritage ever since '89. So this was never a topic. And 25 years later, we were lucky as a young organization to be approached by the president to organize a campaign marking the 25th anniversary. It was supposed to be one conference, and I'm telling you, we ended up organizing 100 single events throughout 3 months in the whole country. So I'm very happy to tell you about the whole story that we wanted to pass on to the society, about the dialogue that we were able to have in the smallest of places, about the single activities, but also about all the fundraising, the real advocacy work, but also the efforts that we put in starting an open conversation in society about a topic that's not very easy to talk. And at the end, for the ones that are not going to join the session, one number to remember, but also just to keep in mind, because maybe this is a topic that's also relevant for your society. The number is 94. 94% of people in Bulgaria between 18 and 35 know nothing about communism. And this happened just 25 years ago. So it's really worth the conversation. Thank you.
Hi, so Luis already introduced me. It's very nice to be here. Thank you, Olena, so much for inviting us. What I would add to Luis's story is that actually this is a story to be continued with our project. So now we're basically trying to carry out kind of a continuation of the work that was already implemented during this kind of a commemoration of the 25 years of Free Bulgaria. So this is actually the name of the project, 25 Years Free Bulgaria. And we are doing basically lessons, open lessons in schools. So we are going to try to cover the entire country with this. We will have 30 lessons all over Bulgaria, also trainings for teachers, and also other events related to this, basically just to try to fight this knowledge gap that was already kind of explained. And this is really important, and I think that it would be really interesting for us to basically also get your view and your feedback on this, because I don't think that this topic is relevant only for Bulgaria. So we would very much like for you to join us in the discussion. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Polina from the Sakharov Center, Moscow, Russia. I'm sorry for not speaking Russian, but I think it's easier for everyone if I don't switch. So I'm going to tell you quite a sad story of surviving and sustaining a transition that is currently happening in Russia right now. So it's an anti-democratic transition, and nobody knows where it will lead and how it's going to go on. But still, even in those, I would say, dire circumstances, and in the situation when all kinds of freedoms are crushed in Russia, a human rights school that was established in the center I work for, at the Sakharov Center, has been able to gather hundreds of people for our human rights schools. And it has been able to inspire people to be interested in human rights, which is, as far as you can see, is the top priority for our government, Russian one. So, this is what I would like to talk about doing something that you're quite passionate, but on the other hand, others are not. And you don't have the resources, you don't have a lot of money, you don't have media coverage, and you also have the whole government that is working against you. So feel free to join me in a couple of seconds.
Hello, I'm Madarina Sermenti. I'm from Bucharest, Romania. I'm a psychologist and an NGO worker. I've been working in the NGO field for the last 10 years, and for the last 4 years I've been working project-based with various human rights organizations, and I am mostly active in the field of anti-discrimination work. The story I want to tell you today is about the worst neighborhood in Bucharest that 100,000 people call home. It's called Ferentag, and it has an interesting story. Like in the 70s, it was a really nice neighborhood with one-story houses and beautiful gardens. Then Ceausescu, our dictator, had bigger plans, so he destroyed the houses and instead built blocks to house people working for factories in the area. And then after the fall of communism, the factories were gone, the blocks were abandoned by their inhabitants, and they started being squatted by unemployed people. So what happens today is that you have many people, 60% of them are children, living in very dire conditions. But the story has hopefully a happy end, and I will tell you about a few grassroots initiatives taking place in that apparently hopeless community. Thank you.
I want to especially thank the guys who really had struggled with their flights, trains, because Polina is also missed train and buy new tickets and last year dirty, so you have same karma. But I really want to thank you, Polina, to you, because for me now it's a challenge to go to Moscow, not to go to Moscow, and you came, and I really appreciate it, and that you decided to come to Ukraine. Thank you very much. now I want to ask who decide in what team they want to go. Okay. Decide now. Just. Okay. Who decided to go home? Nobody yet? Okay, we're happy to see it. Okay, and now I propose you do the same. You already know the procedure. So speakers are just coming, staying somewhere there, and people are coming to you. And if any speaker will be without team, I hope so it will be not like this. This speaker could join any other team. If you will see that only 2 people come to you, you could go to another team and just combine the teams. Ви можете, я сподіваюся, що всі спікери знають своїх слухачів і співробітників.